use this opportunity to connect with you, with all the luminaries who have got together in this international platform. And thank you very much once again for connecting with me and allowing me to come in on this. In fact, when we were deliberating about health informatics at KGMU, and when I got my team together, this was actually the foremost in our mind that what a game changer this medical informatics envisages to be in the next decade or so. And more so because India is complying with on the digital platform, so to say, and we sincerely believe that if there is a void, it is medical informatics. And though of course we've got our we are in the process of trying to get our act together at KGMU. As you're aware, sir, KGMU is a very large medical university with more than 4,000 beds, and also we've had a fair amount of IT infrastructure in place, which includes things like the e-hospital, what we've got from NIC. So we got that functional as far as our hospital information system is concerned. Then we've got this Manav Sampada. This is that hospital resource software, which is also functional. We plan to have our e-office software operationalized by the 1st of April. Now those are milestones that we plan to sort of take them forward in times to come. But I sincerely believe that what you are talking about, what you are discussing, is something which is going to improve the IT infrastructure of many of the medical universities, including ours, because of so many other things. Like what we've been talking about is data, meaningful use of data, and using that for predictive analytics and syndromic surveillance and secure texting, shifting to cloud. Those are, I think, those I thought were very, very important issues. And it's because IT is not just the little bit that we keep talking about, it's so much more. And after hearing deliberations on the group that you have formed now, sir, I think it's absolutely phenomenal. And I think it's time for us to seize the opportunity, so as they say, and get onto the bandwagon, because we don't want to get left behind at KGMU. We want to, take on all of this. So we are so delighted, so happy, so grateful by this initiative of yours, and with all these international intellectual giants who have joined in as far as the IT industry is concerned. It's such a pleasure to see them. I don't respond much on the group, but I keep reading a lot of stuff which is very cerebral. Much of it goes over me, but I do ask Sandeep and Richard to keep a track of what's happening. So I thought I must once again thank you for connecting me to the group, connecting me to on this platform, and sort of trying to absorb. So over back to you, sir. But once again, on a personal front, I missed out meeting with you and Chomu, sir, on this occasion.
We'll come and meet you in Lucknow.
Bipin, we'll come and meet you in Lucknow.
Sir, yeah, absolutely. We look forward to seeing you sometime in Lucknow, sir. It'll really be a pleasure. So I think your audio is very low at the moment. Audio is very low.
No, I'm trying to keep it low because I got two sources.
Okay.
So we have actually been putting this together with like-minded people, and it's the like-minded people, if we can coalesce and move forward, we can create a momentum in the nation. And I can't thank you enough. And I want to share with you that Richa did a great job. And she gave us the one word which we all have grasped and are hanging on to. That is employability.
Yeah.
We have students here, and if they come and work with you on your plans, they get a practical hands-on exposure. And we will do it. What I'm going to do is we're going to put this recording and the deliberations that went all over the place. Many of them confused, I'll be honest. Despite what. And you are live on YouTube right now. And the world is seeing you. I want to thank you again. And what we will try is in a few weeks, get together with you and General Venkatesh and the Dr. Nagra and Ashok Singh, and I only don't give one man any rank, and that's Ashok Singh. And activist. Can do that a little bit more, so I just leave it alone. It's been wonderful, and thank you very much, sir. We look forward to building this next infrastructure for the nation.
Thank you so much, sir.
And we appreciate your coming and giving us your time. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Grateful, sir. Grateful, sir.
So my motion now begins with addressing the local audience. You can all see that the leadership of these 5 organizations either are here in person or have sent their greetings to us from on Zoom. So you've got to realize we have commitment, but if there's a lack of motion and lack of inaction, it'll be our fault. And we need to really work hard. I have my moderator with me, and today we're going to begin our conversation with curriculum. Curriculum opportunities, everything you want to say and teach, and I'm going to ask you, ma'am, to please present to us what you have been doing at the US. Sorry, I should say my apologies for to show you my age and my.
Use this opportunity to connect with you with all the libraries that we have together with this platform. And thank you very much once again for connecting with me and allowing me to come in on this. When we were deliberating about health informatics at KPNU, and when I brought my team together, this was actually the foremost in our mind that what a game changer this medical informatics and service could be in the next decade or two. And more so because India is applying on the digital platforms, I would say, and we sincerely believe that if there is a void, it is and so first we brought our we are in the process of trying to get our act together at KPNU. As you are aware, sir, KPNU is a large medical university with more than 4,000 beds, and also we had a fair amount of IT infrastructure in place, which includes things like the e-hospital, what we work from NIC. So we work that to functional as far as our hospital information system is concerned. Then we got this Manav Sampada, this is the hospital resource software, which is also functional. We plan to have our e-office software operationalized as a first of April. Now that's it. Those are milestones that we plan to take them forward and try to come. But I sincerely believe that what you are talking about, what you are discussing, is something which is going to improve the IT infrastructure of many other universities, including ours, because of so many other things. Like what we've been talking about is data, meaningful use of data, and using that for predictive analytics and syndromic surveillance and secure texting, shipping to class. Those are, I think, those I thought were very, very important issues. And it's because IT is not just the little bit that we keep talking about, it's so much more. And after hearing deliberations from the group that you have formed now, so I think it's absolutely phenomenal. And I think it's time for us to seize the opportunity, so as I say, and get on the bandwagon, because we don't want to get left behind the TV. We want to, take on all of this. So we are so delighted, so happy, so grateful by this initiative of yours, and with all these international intellectual giants who have joined in as far as the IT industry is concerned. Such a pleasure to see them. And I don't respond much on the group, but I keep reading a lot of stuff which is very several. Other it goes over me, but I do ask Sandeep and Rita to keep a track of what's happening. So I thought that I must once again thank you for connecting me to the group, connecting me on this platform, and sort of trying to absorb. So over back to you, sir. And once again, on a personal front, I missed out meeting with you and Tonu, sir, on this event.
Well, that was the recording. Now, चुमू पकड़ के लाना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, absolutely. We look forward to seeing you sometime in Lucknow, sir. It will really be a pleasure. I think your audio is very low at the moment. Audio is very good.
This is a recording being played back.
Okay.
So we're just letting it all catch up. I know. भैया आज आपके बाकी साथी किधर गए?
संडे
संडे it's not in my control, ma'am. भैया ये रोक दो यार ब्रॉडकास्ट. अब गाना ही मेरा है. भाई ये ब्रॉडकास्ट करना बंद करो अपनी तरफ, दूसरों को सुनने दो प्लीज. मैम, introduce yourself. I would have left Dr. Nagra to do it, but he's already told me that I've overspoken.
Good morning once again to all my, colleagues and friends now actually. We've been working together for 2-3 days, so it's like more like one group and students. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for having organized such a wonderful event. I would have never thought about attending or probably, I really enjoyed the sessions, and I never attended a workshop which was so interesting and it kept me. I usually, sometimes you would doze off in between, but this was very lively. That was very important. And also, I would like to thank my organization, especially my Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General Venkatesh, for having deputed me here to attend and discuss and deliberate for these sessions. So I'm really thankful to him too. And then Moidu sir and AK Singh sir, thank you so much for having me here. And Nagra sir, you also, because you are part of our organization. So I take this opportunity to thank you also, sir. So I would not go much, it's just 3 or 4 slides, but I would just want to take 1 minute to just showcase my institution or my university. So Manipal started with the vision of Dr. TMA Pai. He was the first, private medical practitioner who thought about having a private medical college, a self-financed college, way back in 1953. Probably nobody would have thought about that. And then it went on to become a deemed university in 1993. So Kasturba Medical College was is the flagship organization of our university. And then we were declared the Institution of Eminence in 2018. So we have 33,000 students from 67 countries. That is in Manipal alone. I'm not talking about the other campuses that we have or the other sister universities that we have. So it is broadly divided into 3 faculties, that is Faculty of Health Sciences, Technology and Management, and Humanities and Social Sciences. So in all, we have these many institutions. So we are a part of the Faculty of Health Sciences, and I'm not going to read out the statistics. We have around 2,500 students among all the allied health programs in the country. So we started off under the medical school in 1992 as the AHS program, all the Allied Health Sciences program. And we became a full-fledged institution by 1999. And then we consider ourselves to be the first and full-fledged largest college of health professions in India and Asia. And most importantly, it is to forge innovative and interdisciplinary programs, because we are living in a healthcare, I mean, we are moving towards the changing landscape in the healthcare system of the country. So as just now the Vice Chancellor of KGM said, we don't want to be left behind. And this is just a list of the programs where we started and how we have it. So coming back to our curricular standards, we have discussed and deliberated all these the past 2 days as e-health technology is expanding. Human resources, especially Dr. Richard spoke about the employability, and human resources are the most critical prerequisite for any of these implementation. IT would be there, systems would be there, applications would be there, but most importantly, human resources. And that is why we are here for, and talking about the curricular standards and how we can build a curriculum to have employability, to have a workforce fully dedicated towards this ecosystem of the healthcare IT, and most importantly, the health informatics professionals. But we need to have a solid academic curricula is what I understand, because unless we have a good curricula, industry expertise and internships and all that are very important. But in addition, or most importantly, curriculum, the way we plan our curriculum, the way we frame our curriculum is very important. And we don't have yet a recognized or established infrastructure to train, hire, and deploy health information management professionals or health informatics professionals as of now. So we hope to get a council soon, and we are all in the right direction. I mean, as far as this workshop is concerned. So what we do at the department is, we were one of the first institutions after CMC Vellore to have started this program in Bachelor's in Health Information Management. And as I have always emphasized that because of the organization, because of the diversity in our university, we got the benefit of that interdisciplinary approach. And the postgraduates of health informatics also get to interact with a lot of other postgraduates of our own institution, with the medical institution, with the engineering institution. So that gives a, that gives a lot of value to the curriculum that we have. We also have a collaborative degree, mainly keeping in mind with the requirements of the students, because we have many students from those who are non-resident Indians and those who would want to pursue their higher studies in the United States. So the MOU we had, the university already had with the Indiana University, and then we pursued to have it with the program. And we went on to have two different programs. That is, the students who are in the final year of BSc go for a semester abroad program, and they write the Registered Health Information Administration examination, licensing examination in the US. And also we have a program wherein they can complete their masters there. So these are the two options that we have for students who are interested, and also a minimum GPA of 8. I will just show you the curriculum that we have for our MSc Health Informatics, because that is what we were discussing, not go into the others, just in the 4 semesters what we have. So what we have included, what are the areas we have included in the curriculum is healthcare management, information sciences and technology, social and behavioral sciences. So these are the broad areas that we have included in our curriculum. We have put together in our curriculum. All of them have equal importance. So why it was for these core competencies, why we developed this, to understand. So we need to have, the students need to have an understanding of the healthcare problems across any spectrum. They have to apply informatics to create and evaluate the solution. So that is the scope and breadth of this discipline. Theory and methodology: understand computational information, cognitive theory and methods, apply computational theory and methods to health. In the technological approach, you're using technology methods, you're trying to apply technology to health information management. And the human and social context is to understand the social and behavioral science, and also apply social and behavioral science to information system. That ethical part of it, that is very important because we are not just dealing with systems, we are also dealing with patients and their data. So the ethics is very important. So we have a course on that also. So the interdisciplinary approach is because we have all these. So we are the health professions institution, but we have all these institutions participating in our curriculum delivery. The medical institution, the medical school, the Department of Commerce, the public health, humanities, and information sciences. So all of these put together, and the health professions, we have this curriculum which is being delivered, is a joint effort. It cannot be, we cannot have just the credit of only our institution delivering. It was a joint effort. The curriculum was also put together with inputs from all of these institutions, experts from these institutions, and the external experts also. I'm not going to read out again on this. We have listed some program educational objectives. We have graduate attributes, and we have the program outcomes. These program outcomes are on the basis of what has been given by the National Allied Health Initiative. So from the UGC and the National Allied Health Initiative, they have listed the program outcomes for broadly for the healthcare professions. So we've taken out from that, and we have suited it. We've tailored it to our requirements. And also we had the opportunity of having the American Health Information Management Association come down here for a workshop in 2016. And then we just had to, we did an overhaul of the curriculum, and we had a workshop, 3-day workshop. And then we've revised our curriculum according to the standards being followed throughout. And of course, Sir was mentioning that we should not follow what the West is doing, but we've just not followed everything what they do. We just try to take out what is relevant for us, what is important for us, but we're completely delivering it as to what we require in our country, and also catering to some of the students, because we also get students from overseas who would want to go back to their country. So we have kept the curriculum in such a way. So in this first semester, We have advanced biostatistics and research methodology, communication skills, medical language for those students who are not coming in from a health sciences background. We've kept the eligibility very clear. There's only a health sciences and the students from either a computer science or a BTech computer science or a BCA. We've just kept it in that way. And to blend everything, to blend them together, we have kept these communication skills, medical language, organizational behavior and management, fundamentals of health informatics, public health information management, just to see how the public health delivery system works. And we've kept 2 electives of that. The students can choose one. In the second semester, ethics and pedagogy, the social and behavioral sciences, we've kept ethics as an important component. Pedagogy, because we expect the postgraduates to be trained in the pedagogy, now maybe andragogy and heutagogy, but this is what is named. And hospital administration, quality management, advanced health informatics, data analytics, practicum in the hospital, how actually the hospital information management works. Then again, we have program electives, 2 of the program electives, which they choose from. In the third semester, recent advances is a seminar subject wherein we have a journal club wherein we ask the students to present what are the latest papers they could find. We have healthcare financing, which I always mentioned that health economics and the healthcare financing aspect is something which they should know. Information governance, entrepreneurship and project planning. They should have some entrepreneurship skills when they move out, and it should not just be they should not be just dependent on one employable job or work in a hospital. They should have some entrepreneurship skills, and we have some of our alumni who have moved on to entrepreneurs. And hospital profiling, project management. So this is again going to be something which, and we had a credit limit of only 20 credits in each semester, so we couldn't put more. And again, the program electives at the because we wanted to keep the final semester as either a project or a research project. So some students who are interested in doing a research project will take up the research project, will go through the institutional research committee presentation and an institutional ethics committee presentation, and they carry out their research in the area of interest which they would have already presented in the third semester. Otherwise, they join any hospital which they would have found out, or even we discuss liaise with the hospitals to carry out their project there, wherein we don't expect them to be submitting a research project, but they do submit a project report with the permission of the organization or the hospital they're working with. And then we also have professional practices in health informatics, which is again, they will have to undertake all those professional practices, which is again a 5 credit. So 15 credits for the research project and 5 credits for the professional practice, wherein they will be actually involved in it's like an internship, which they have to carry out. So this is why we kept this semester. It's most importantly for the students to get exposed to the actual work settings. So it's a course intensive and a practical intensive work in the first 3 semesters, and the 4th semester we've kept it this way. And we have all these teaching learning methods. We actually have all these teaching learning methods which are followed because we follow the outcome-based education format. We have a health professional education unit on the lines of the medical education units at the medical schools. So we have a good unit, health professional education unit, who actually the team will actually go through all the outcome-based curriculum which have been prepared with inputs from all over, and they are the ones who help us refine the curriculum. So we have, under the Academic Operations Committee, we have a health professional education unit. The people who are trained help us to do this outcome-based curriculum. So this is how we just make our this was just a brief of the outcome-based curriculum, which I just wanted to show you how we are mapping it, the course outcomes, and how we map it to the program outcomes, because it has to be mapped to the program outcomes. And at the end of the 2 years, all the program outcomes should have been covered. And so I've just taken few to just show it to you. And so most importantly, the healthcare financing part of it, we're going to This is taken by our health economics experts in the Department of Commerce. So they, of course, I was partly working in the health insurance area, so I also get involved in this one. So here we have kept the national health accounts estimates of India just to have it. So that's the data they're going to use and actually learn on how they should. And they have the course outcomes, which we have defined it here, and again mapped with the program outcomes. So this is what I just wanted to present to you.
This is Kandur.
This is not Kannur. So this is,
I'm joking with
yes,
you.
sir. This is similar to what Sir said, Kannur. This is a place very close to Manipal. It's called Malpe. It's called St. Mary's Island. It's, you know, in the sea. You have to go by a boat service to this island. It's beautiful. And we have a lot of beaches in Udupi, Manipal. So it's a nice place to visit. So I think this is going to be interesting too.
More than
Yeah.
interesting. I think
Thank you
you
so much.
convinced me that I got to take a vacation there. But
Yes, I can just share it. Yes.
she'll not only post it there and share it, but we're going to use much of that material because I was about to talk something similar to this. I think I got to give up. My voice is going flat. I don't sing so well. But this was amazing. Now, I've got two questions for you.
Yes, sir.
The first thing is, when you're restricting the admissions, and I never restricted. I even had pharmacists. I even had pure simple BS science students who joined my program with the goal that they would become maybe managers, maybe become. So what we did was we allow a set of inputs and we've taken a final destination of what the outcomes are. And we did this. But you have done a great job. It's relevant. What I did not see was, as Rajiv would remind me, I did not see what rural Bharat.
Okay, sir, we have a course, we have one subject, I have not put up all public health information management. So we exactly start off with the healthcare delivery process,
Okay.
the public health delivery process. And as Dr. Dinakaran and Dr. Tony were mentioning about what they do at the primary healthcare. So we have a public health faculty coming in to actually explain how that's works. And we have a lot of our BSc health information graduate students who have moved into they did their masters in public health and then they would have worked elsewhere and then they become, they come back and deliver it for us. They're very, so as you mentioned about the eligibility, why we had kept that eligibility was we also have a masters in health information management. So we have kept that open for pharmacists. We do take, so we categorize them under the health sciences. So any of that health sciences would include, the medicine, the dental, because we have a lot of dental graduates. We have two medical graduates who passed out with us. And we also take the pharmacy students. But we also have masters in health information management, which is more in the management part of it. So they also do well. I mean, that was the program we were running for more number of years. This started in 2014 that we were running, and even I am an alumnus. I studied there, and I mean, it was a real good experience for me also, sir.
So you see, she grew up there and she's thriving there.
Yes.
So it's wonderful
at
to
least
see
I
that.
am what I am today because of Manipal.
Excellent.
That's something which I have to, give it back.
Actually, you presented very well. You brought out the objectives. the
Dr.
whole
Rashmi,
story.
Yes, sir.
congratulations on an excellent presentation.
Thank you, sir.
You make me proud to be a part of Manipal.
Yes, sir.
I have just one question.
Yes.
This stems from my experience in geographies other than India. The curriculum is supposed to be dynamic.
Yes.
So how often do you look at the curriculum and make the appropriate changes, not only from the point of view of what others are doing, but what is more specific to our country needs? For instance, now the country is becoming very ambitious with regard to what we want to achieve.
Yes.
So the curriculum that you perhaps drew up was before Mr. Modi came up with many of these initiatives.
Yes, sir.
Now we have to try to match him and beat him and tell him this is where the country should go.
Sir, sir, if I have to answer that question, dynamic. So we have our students, as I told you, coming in from African countries and all, when they had to upgrade their higher diploma, and we have the program started in Botswana and Namibia, and our alumnus are running the program there. They're doing it so well. And about India, sir, the curriculum I grew up on, we had changes after that. We had in 2016 one revision, we had in 2018 one revision, and the most recent one is the outcome-based education format that we follow, because that was mandated by the university and that was mandated for the institution. So we again moved in. So we have our board of studies, and we regularly have those.
Since I'm a part of the
Yes,
organization,
sir.
I know that part.
Yes, sir.
But I was very impressed by the fact that there are certain institutions who have the post of the Dean of Curriculum,
Okay.
the Dean of Curricular Development.
Mhm.
That's a whole-time job,
Yes.
just seeking feedback from all over the world and trying to see what we could do
Yes.
to improve our own.
Yes.
Now, that is something we have to aspire
Yes,
for.
sir. Yes.
Rather than the periodic 2 years, 3 years, or 4
Yes,
years,
yes.
it has, when we use the word dynamic, make it more dynamic.
So
Thanks.
one issue what we would face is, because we are under UGC and NAC, sometimes we'll have to have a framework in mind. But as you mentioned, sir, curriculum as its help. I was the academic operations committee chairperson for 4 years before I took over as a department actuary head, and I was I kind of drove that move from the annual to the semester program, and it was very difficult to convince other health professionals, especially the physiotherapy and speech and hearing and all those professions. They were so used to the medical type of the curriculum, and they were unwilling to switch. But then we had to convince them. We had to have a lot of sessions wherein we convinced them. And then, as of now, as an associate dean, I am again in charge of curriculum and the academics. So we keep having these. We have the board of studies and the pre-board of studies, wherein we discuss one every 3 months. And any new change that we have to have, it has to go through the university academic committee. So the process is there. So only thing is that maybe every 6 months, or maybe those we cannot change. But then we also allow a lateral entry for the students who are coming in from African countries and the Middle East who wants to upgrade, because the ministry sends them and there is an upgradation which is happening. So that we do it, sir.
Do you have in the College of Allied Health, I know you had a Department of Medical Education in the medical college.
Yes, sir.
Do you have one similar thing?
We don't have a unit, but we don't have a department, but we have a unit which I mentioned, the Health Professional Education Unit. So we've named it as Health Professional Education Unit. They are all trained from the medical education units at JIPMER and FAMER. So that's a good mix of the group we have. So we have around 6 members who are trained in that, sir.
Excellent. I would like to suggest to all that whatever you're doing and how you are structured, please submit that so that we can put it together.
Yes.
And have a little conversation, because yeah, I have this big notion of pushing all of you to look at short, sharp courses,
Yes.
because today the medical doctor really doesn't know anything about informatics. And that's like having a big black hole in the health system where the doctors are not ready to understand or participate. Maybe if we began with some badges, as was described yesterday, for information retrieval by Dr. Vasumati, and today I made her doctor. So, Vasumati ji, and the thing is, we have to be dynamic for the sake to keep the nation moving. And as Dr. Nagra said, it has to be a little more agile. And I would look forward to that. And Anandi's piece from 2006, I shared with you all. It was part of your bags, but we would like something more. It keeps changing. And what I'm trying to show is maybe some of those old courses may not be valid,
Not relevant
today.
at all.
but they could be used in a batch.
Yes. Yes.
That's the reason I
Sir,
shared history. It's not for any other reason. I'm one of those who doesn't believe in history, but history repeats itself. That's the biggest problem.
So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
had this one second. We had a certificate program in medical records management long back, but that was basically targeted towards. We had an IT module also. We had 5 modules in that. What we targeted were the people who were already working in the hospitals in the section. So there were a lot of them who were coming in. It was a 2 weeks full-time course at Manipal, and I must say they all, whoever has gone back, they've done well and they've appreciated and we've graded them. We've had an examination, we've given them grades. So that is also something which is like an upgradation for those who are already working. But as Sir mentioned, for clinicians and all, we have to tailor it in a different way. It has to be a little more advanced and that. Yes, and these sorry.
Actually, it was wonderful presentation.
Yeah.
Actually, as you see, sir also knows that we cannot, according to our mission, we cannot take a MSc like that. We are constricted
Yes.
only to take management programs. So, though we do not have a dean of curriculum, sir, so we, according to, as she said, according to NAC and AICT, we need to have a setup of this one, quality assurance cell, etc. So we have a separate cell of which I am also part for LIT. So every second year, it is mandatory in our institute that there should be change in the model. So whatever we started in somewhere in 2010 to float, actually now by 20 it has undergone maybe 6 to 8 revisions. But the only thing is, as she was saying, the process is too much. Now we made a change last year, but we could not float it out because Academic Advisory Council didn't approve it. So this year now we have approved it. So we are going to float it now, but by the time there are some changes has come up. So what we have done, we are having the flexibility, we brought in the flexibility of 4 electives. So that electives, by the time we are putting it, we are changing it. Electives is left to us, we can change. So like entrepreneurship has come in between everything. And that is how we are trying to manipulate and do it. Yeah, and the pay, though we have pay everything for AICT, while we are looking for NAC accreditation, they have another one. And now for AIM, we are trying, we are breaking it here, there is something. So we are trying to merge all the POIs together and do the mapping.
So I'm going to ask you, you seem to be one of the few people who has expounded the one big problem area, the administrative conformity. Okay? So you please write how all these bodies influence us, put a little thought together, be as expansive. You can talk there on the paper as long as you want. We won't stop you. Yes, ma'am.
In the chat, somebody wants to ask a question. Dr. Soumit Roy wants to ask a question. In the chat,
Sir,
he
good
said,
morning.
can I ask a question?
Yes, Dr. Soumit Roy, you can go ahead and ask.
Good morning, Khalid Madhu, sir. I'm T Batcher. I've just retired. Sir, I want to
You retired?
request you. I just retired on 31st January 2021.
That's not a good sign, sir.
No, sir, I just want to
You're all
request
retired.
you. I missed coming to you all in Jaipur. So if a slide or 2, 3 can be shared with us, what is your organization which is doing this? What are the courses? So that we can also do it for ourselves and also spread, and also like Khalid Madhu sir is saying, integration between your like a partnership between our government organizations and the doctors or the private practitioners. So I want a list of courses being conducted, or where can I get them with the time, when the schedule and curriculum.
Can I ask you a question, Dr. Soumit Roy? Where did you retire from?
I retired from Mumbai. I was staff surgeon.
Mumbai where?
INS Angre, staff surgeon and president medical board. 31st January 2021, sir.
Sriman, I still didn't get your organization.
The INS Angre, Indian Navy. INS
Oh,
Angre, the big.
Oh, you are a naval officer. Great. Welcome, sir. You are among the like-minded. And now are you working somewhere?
Yes, sir, I'm working in an organization. Here I came to Calcutta, but I'm working in a Institute of Neuroscience. And but at the same time, I do the other jobs also of training, and we have a biggest complex. So we have got now a daycare center. I'm going to set up there, which is the building has been given by the builders. So I'm now not for, my son is in Belgium, so I'm not for money. I'm doing passion, whatever is there required.
Brother, all of us here are not for money. So
Yes, sir.
we all, I mean, I've come all the way from the United States, and
I know, sir.
General Ashok Singh has pulled this together. So paise ki baat na karo, pragati ki baat karo. So
I'm just requesting that.
I'm just pulling your leg, man. Don't answer that.
I'm just requesting if there ever slide can be shared.
The slide is not there because this is more a workshop. So we are looking at conversational inputs.
Numbers.
As you, yes, sir.
We have
We have a very simple process. The process is express, discuss, disagree, agree, and go forward. The point is, all we are talking today will be pulled together in a publication in the next 2-3 months. And maybe you can do us a favor, review it and give us points that will remain unclear. And so for that, you can search for my phone number. I'm not going to announce it.
I know.
Certainly not looking for more information than I have. So please join us, and love to hear from you more as we go down. This is only the beginning. This is the first meeting, the first workshop. The next could be in St. John's or in Manipal, or maybe Manipal and Bangalore, because we want, and then we are we're not coming to Chittoor. Hyderabad, okay. Yes, Sangeeta is my friend, so I can't say no to that. But between Sangeeta and her husband, we will have a meal somewhere this time. So we'll talk more there. You can give a feedback. I know you got to go.
Just one question before you leave. May I interrupt?
Please.
Since you've been running this firstly, excellent presentation. Since you've been running this from 2014, just for the benefit of the audience, do you have a track of your alumni and where have they been placed?
Good question.
We do have it, sir, because as an institution, we have to have a track of our alumni, and we have a database of the alumni who they're all placed. So some of them are in Accenture, some work for Deloitte, some work for the some work with Dubai E-Health Authority. One is with the NHS at UK. Some are there with the Primary Health Corporation of Qatar. And the students, we found that those who have been very enterprising have actually ended up in very good roles. And all the others also, they're quite well settled in their professions. So we have the database of all of them.
Wonderful.
So
That's
the
right.
employment is 100%?
So yes, I mean, we also tell our students that you cannot have a restricted view of that you can work only in Manipal, or you can work only in Udupi, or you can work only in Karnataka. No, we say if you come with that that you need to get a job, government only, apne state mein, I think that's something we have to even ask our students who are from in and around Udupi and Manipal, and some of them have really gone out and did well. Some are there in Delhi, some are there in Mumbai. So that's what we encourage.
Dr. Rashmi.
Yes, sir.
The proof of the pudding. How many applicants are there against how many seats?
So we have 10 seats each for the postgraduate program, and we have 25 plus 5 for the undergraduate program. So 10 seats. We get an application, not many, as I should be very frank about it. We have, because we have public health, we have hospital administration, so some of the graduates sometimes, but we have just double the number.
You do have
we have a screening process.
You have double the number.
We have double the number. Because this comes as a the choice, they can give a choice for the other public health school and some other programs also. So
actually, I wanted to share with you this question about numbers is very important. And COVID or no COVID, admissions are happening.
Yes.
I began a program in 2016 in New York area. The very first year I had decided I'll take 12. I had my 12, and then in 6 months, I had so many people knocking on the door and asking for appointments. We added 8, so we were in first year itself 20. And today that program is about 60, 65. I have nothing to do with it, so that's why I can openly share. There's only one request I have of you, Dr. Rashmi.
Yes, sir.
IUPUI is no university. I'm joking.
Oh, together.
The only person from IUPUI is going to arrive at 1 o'clock when we finish this program.
Okay, great.
Dr. Steve Smith. He is actually a learning development expert, and he will help us in editing this thing. So we will.
IU and P, so
IUPU,
Indiana University gives the degree. So they call it IUPUI, and based in
I
Indianapolis.
agree.
Yes.
Your university can afford that alliance,
Yes.
and I'm not going to say no. But I believe we must pursue a possibility of Atmanirbhar.
Yes. That is
I'm not a
something.
politician. I have no interest in the politics.
No,
but I
that's very
definitely
true, sir.
believe we.
But our requirements were different. We had those MOUs already in place, and they actually came forward to.
Good. It's wonderful to see you made so much progress. Excellent. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir.
And do convey great thanks to General Venkatesh for sending you.
Yes.
And actually, I should begin by thanking Dr. Nagra for bringing the Mahi family into this fold. You are going to be going away when we start looking for positions and deciding who are the first founding board members. So be assured you have a role to play, and we would love to have you contribute, because in everything we do with digital technology, there is an element of economics. And while I would let you bring the whole program forward, I would like you to weigh your interest in economics too, because that's a very, very important dimension. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Safe travels.
I'm so sorry. I've been hurrying up only because I have a flight to take at 12 o'clock. So I didn't want to take chances, but thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you all so much. And thanks the hosts for being so wonderful. And yeah, looking forward to meet you all in the next time, maybe at Manipal or wherever it is. Thank you so much.
Doctor,
I will have a chat with
Rashmi,
you.
contact number, please. Please share your contact number, Dr. Rashmi.
Yes, sir. It's already there in the presentation and also in the group.
Samit,
Samit,
you do us a favor, send us your number, get in touch with either General Ashok Singh or me. We'll bring you into the fold.
So, right, sir. General Puri, sir, good morning.
Vice Chancellor KGMU is still on. Okay. Had a good insight, all 100% employed. And employability was the big word of Dr. Richa Khanna, and you've done it. Thank you, ma'am. You didn't say the nice words we wanted to hear. As a Mallu, you should have poet about it. So, Dr. Samit, you've been very privileged to be allowed to speak. So we enjoy your inputs, but we will be sharing all this in a limited fashion because it's very easy to critique, and we would rather build a consensus than critique. So yes, not everything is right, and we can't afford the challenge of making mistakes. I will now turn over the thoughts on the issue of curriculum and the issue of skills and competencies, which we covered yesterday. Now we come into courses and curriculum. This was a beautiful presentation by the lady, and if Dr. Nagra allows, we'll move forward a little. We are at the exact hour break, and we're not going to have those group sessions because we have so much better cohesion when we are all together. Oh, you got to switch on your AC? You want to? Yeah. Tea is ready. Let's take the tea. I think this was pretty intensive. And tea is good, sir. Very good, sir.
Because it's condensed or process very design framework now.
And I would like to ask the other institutions to do a similar thing in the same kind of
I can share one link. I do not have it now, but we have done already.
Sure, ma'am.
Because it started with that mapping which we did together in 2017, which you started with.
वो मैम अब वो हिस्ट्री मत बोलो ना मेरे को बुरा बना रही हैं आप
No. See, sir, one needs to acknowledge the pioneers, but you laid the framework. I started as moving on.
That doesn't
And I
matter.
still keep building on it.
That doesn't matter now.
No, but we keep updating it. Building on it matters. I said no, and they keep building on it.
Thank
We
you.
have
Let's get some tea. Let's get some tea. And
15 minutes to.
absolutely, you're welcome. I just between the institution and the summarization before we start discussing the collaboration, the council, as everybody is trying to say, I think we've come to a very good place in this whole journey. I'm exhilarated to think. But I want to use the exhausted word, but I really want to say my exhaustion is walked away. आप भी लाओ चलो और जल्दी आना 15 मिनट में आप ले जाके स्कूल भी दिखाओ सबको पहले चाय पिला दो I would ask all the attendees to please take a walk to the premises of the Mahatma Gandhi University thing, and you can see Senthil has got an office there, and when you see his office, he's got to give you 100 rupees for showing up there.
Who has got an office?
Huh?
Who has got an office?
Senthil. ये राजा ये मेरा ख्याल है
That's why you understand. But it's been good. Now we're moving on with the change. No.
Yes, you're getting the paper.
Copy paste.
नहीं, ये बात करने से कुछ नहीं मिलेगा, ठेंगा। बात करने वालों को सब कुछ मना है। क्या बोल रहे राजा तू? Yeah, you make it. How about it? फिर चुप रहना। This was made by Helena. Helena was kind enough to share it. And I just want to share with all of you, my friend Joe didn't run away from us. He had a personal emergency and that made him leave. And otherwise, he would have been running it, not me. एक मिनट बस नहीं हो रहा है नहीं आ रहा है यार काम नहीं कर पा और धीरे no sir, you are allowed to enter absolutely. भाई इनको पेपर क्यों नहीं दिया अनिशा सर को पेपर नहीं दिया तूने ये कन्या है सर क्या कहें or you can always Google but will you get the answer
It's better that we just come up with the
Okay. This is, I'm coming away from the collaborative. I found all of you are already synced to work together. So let's not worry about that. Last night, I said, सबको दारू पी के चित रहने दो. Those who got drunk. But जो नहीं थे, उनको आज सवेरे एक चांस देंगे. And सर पानी का ग्लास पीता हूं तो मैं चित हो जाता हूं सर क्या कहूं मजबूरी है अबे गुंडे मार खाएगा तू ये खुल रही नहीं है बनी हुई है नोट पैड वर्ड पैड में बहुत अच्छा वेरी गुड कितना पढ़े बहुत अच्छे गाइस I want you to know a little about this gentleman. How many of you know what he's doing here? If he is not there, we would not be having this presentation going. Oi, तेरे घर गया होगा. मैं देखता हूँ अगर डाल सकता हूँ. Keep that. Oh. Keep that right. गलत हो गया. Huh?
I said, thanks to him. If I was not planning to take a sample, I would not have moved from it. And there was a lot of missed calls. There is some small of urgently. They're asking me from office, when are you coming back? No, sir.
So, since we are having challenges of application, and that is despite my PhD, I can't do it. Ah, yeah, correct. So, how many of you know what this gentleman does? He enables idiots like me to get their work done. And guess what's his education? What's his education? High school graduate, that's all. The point I'm trying to say is, if he can be such a master, why can't we have more like him in the workforce? Because they can't afford college. College is not cheap in India. You are even more expensive than the American colleges. So think about it. We need to bring education to the masses and educate the masses. Yeah. So, after you saw what Dr. Rashmi shared with you all, are you hopeful? आप आई नहीं, इधर उधर ना देखिए, तो पकड़ी जाती हैं, याद रखना. Don't feel bad, it's okay. I've been a teacher 40 years. The first thing I know is evasive look, पकड़ो उसी को. So, कुछ सीखिए आप. हाँ पिंकी, कही है, आपका तो नाम जानता हूं मैं, आप भाग नहीं सकती हैं. चलो कोई बात नहीं. We will do a little innovation. I can see it on my iPhone because it's a Mac software. I don't have it on my desktop to project it. So we will show you the thing and ask you the question, and you give me the answers. You first write it on your thing and give me the, first write your names. Any scratching, disqualified. Simple. Any scratching, disqualified. No overwriting. And don't wait for the answers to enter the answers, because you have to show your form is filled. I will sign it and you can go back and then we'll do the correction. I am very good at process. So you will have to realize koi bhag nahi sakta. Okay. The questionnaire was put together by Dr. Helena. And here we begin. She called it Med Quiz. It has both. Okay. Okay, the first question. There are on the left side the following. Please write it down. Infectious and parasitic disease. Just put it down in that same column. Next, neoplasms. Are we all allowed to get to the ticket, okay? Endocrine, nutritional and metabolic disease and immunity disorders. That's third. Second one is neoplasms. Endocrine, nutritional and metabolic diseases and immunity disorders. So those are the people, we have to save them from COVID.
So can you share the
Diseases of the blood and blood forming organisms. That's the fourth one. Hemopoietic diseases. The fifth one, don't repeat it. It is very common. It's called mental disorders. The sixth is diseases of the nervous system and sense organs. No, sir, you have missed out something. The first is infectious and parasitic. Second is neoplasms. Third is endocrine. Fourth is diseases of the blood and blood forming organs. Fifth is mental disorders. Sixth is diseases of the nerve system and sense organs. Eighth is diseases of the circulatory system. Seventh, sorry, I stand corrected there. Disease of the circulatory system. Eighth is diseases of the respiratory system. Ninth is the digestive system diseases. 10th is the genito-urinary system diseases. So you got 10 diseases in your left column. Huh? Eighth one was respiratory systems. 10th is genito-urinary. 9th is digestive. Okay, now a quick repeat of all the 10, all right? The first is infectious and parasitic disease. Coming from India, it's the most common problem. Second is neoplasms, that's cancer. Third is endocrine, nutritional, and metabolic diseases and immunity disorders that takes you to diabetes and the family of diseases there. Diseases of the blood and blood forming organizations is fourth. Fifth is mental disorders. Sixth is nervous system and sensory organs. Seventh is circulatory system. Eighth is respiratory systems. Ninth is digestive systems. And the 10th is digestive diseases of the genito-urinary systems. Okay? Now you got the left side. On the right side, I'm going to give it to you in the order she suggested. What you have to do is connect 1 to whatever is the right thing on the right side. So your answer at the bottom will be 1. And if it is A, then it's A. If it's 2 and it's B, it's B. But it could be 2 and A. Just understand that. Are we clear? No, any doubts? If anybody still has doubts, God bless you. I got it. Sir, आप तो जीत चुके हो. Okay, complications of pregnancy and childbirth and Euperium. That's A. B is diseases of the skin and subcutaneous tissue. B is diseases of the skin and subcutaneous tissue. C is diseases of the musculoskeletal system and connective tissue. Musculoskeletal system and connective tissue. D is congenital anomalies. E is certain conditions originating in the perinatal period. What was that? C or D? What I forgot. E. Okay. Now it's F. E is certain conditions originating in the perinatal period. What was that? E, right?
Yeah.
Now we are going for F. Symptoms,
signs and ill-defined conditions. Ill-defined conditions ये कुछ समझ में नहीं आया मेरे. अरे भैया मैं बुद्धू हूं, मैं रिटायर्ड हूं, मैं रिटायर्ड, not tired but retired. Injury and poisoning is next. Injury and poisoning is next. She's given some paintings and unfortunately I can't throw the painting up there. Dr. General A.K. Singh sir, you should have a projector where I can put my phone underneath and project it there. Where is the, वो उसके सामने नहीं होता बाबू. Put it on the group? Let me do that. Much easier than anything else. I swear, yeah. Thanks for telling me a simpler technique. Sir, मैं पढ़ाता नहीं हूँ, मैं कोच करता हूँ सर. पढ़ाते उनके सहपाठी उनको. मेरी classes are all reverted. It's gone, my friends. Can you see it? हाँ वही तो है ना. आप लोग half of you are on Android. उधर ठेंगा. It is only going to work on Apple. यार वो नहीं हो सकता. No, no, I can't do that. I'm not. I don't have the memory left for it. चलो बहुत मेहनत हो रही है इसमें. Everybody agrees? इस पेपर पे अपना नाम लिख के डालो. ये टोपी मैं खास लाया हूं आज के लिए. इसमें डालेंगे और निकालेंगे. मैं आप लोग डालेंगे. नागा सर अपना नाम नहीं निकाल सकते. हाँ? छोड़ दो. नाम लिख के डालो सर. नाम लिखो एक छोटे पीस पे and just give me that small piece.
So what about online people? Price.
It should be level fielding. Level playing field.
जो डालोगे याद रखना. मैं छोटा पहले निकालूंगा.
निकालो सर, छोटा कर दिया.
हाँ ये हुई ना अकलमंदी की बात. जो बड़े डाल रहे हैं वो रोते रहेंगे. मैं अभी से बता रहा हूँ. इसने और भी छोटा कर दिया. हाँ फिर ठेंगा ठेंगा. No, the bias is eliminated. I don't know who's put their names in. By the way, in informatics, we exclude bias by not selecting a target group. Dalo, dalo. ये स्टूडेंट बहुत शातिर हैं. दे आर ऑल कमिंग एट द एंड. आप लोग बहुत जल्दी आगे चले गए. दे वांट टू बी ऑन टॉप. मैं हिलाने वाला हूँ. थैंक यू बेटा. ऑफ कोर्स आइए. सीरियसली Nobody is answering questions. We've cancelled the question. आ जाओ, आप भी नाम डाल के जाओ. सच्ची, हम मुच्ची तो करते नहीं है, सच्ची करते हैं. मूछ यहाँ पे है. देखो ये भाई साहब ने इतना बड़ा रख दिया आगे. ये कैसे आएगा मेरे हाथ में? नहीं आएगा ना. छोटा करके डालो यार. मुझे फाड़ दो. ये ऐसे बदमाशी में नहीं करता. चलो सबको.
वो मैं तो बहुत छोटा फोल्ड करके.
कोई बात नहीं, बड़ों को मैं ऐसे निकाल के रख दूंगा. आप घबराइए मत. जिन्होंने मुझे ज्यादा मेहनत करने के लिए कराया, ये बड़ा बड़ा लिखा है, वो तो गए. So the first way to exclude bias is all those that are big, they go out. And I'm going to shake it one more time. जो गिर गया वो गिर गया. देखो, I am not the power. The power is the Lord above. एक प्रीस्ट था, उसको किसी ने पूछा कि आपको जो ये दान मिलता है कैसे बांटते हैं आप? तो उन्होंने कहा बहुत साधारण सी बात है, देते सब खुदा के लिए. मैं जाता हूं बाहर और फेंकता हूं, बोला खुदा जो तेरे को चाहिए तू पकड़ ले, बाकी मेरा है. तो क्या बोलते हैं आप लोग? मेरी क्लास में आना चाहते हैं? बहुत तकलीफ दूंगा. Good. Okay. Now we are going to put all back, and I'm not the one who's going to pull it.
Man Singh will do it. So now, Man Singh, that guy, he's working bottom job.
हाँ भाई, मान सिंह. आंख बंद करनी पड़ेगी.
Sir, one more. Two more. Very nice.
तो बड़ा दिखा. ये आ गया पहला. सर ये आपका. बड़ा. हो इतना बड़ा. हाँ सर, माइक आपके सामने है सर. और सर मैं इधर इत्तेफाक से कोई भी एक होटल का फूड देने वाला हूँ, वो आपको डॉक्टर नागा साहब देंगे. यू कैन गो विथ 1 or 2 people, बट पहले फोन करके डिसाइड करना. इस मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल में वहां पे बहुत भीड़ है, मत जाना. आई एम टेलिंग यू बिकॉज़ अगर आपको भीड़ पसंद है बात. आइए नंदिनी. सर इसमें कोई नाम है? It's a double occupancy. One person can join.
Okay, here's the second one. Sandeep Sharma.
आपको
Sir, conflict of interest. Yes, sponsored by M-Law.
बेटे तेरा नाम भी लिख दूंगा उधर.
Wow, Sandeep is wrapped together.
और ये एक और है, तीसरा है. Now there's one more to be pulled. चलिए हुजूर आप कीजिए. छोटा सा लॉक आप अंदर से निकाला एकदम, और छोटा सा निकाला. अब अनुज जी अगर नहीं आया नाम तो वो मेरी गलती थोड़ी है. हाँ सर, विल गिव यू अ पार्टी.
Party is on the house.
थोड़ा टेंशन है, इधर हो, इधर हो, इधर हो. पीयूष.
Wow. MHA take 2, yeah? Well done, MHA, well done.
भाई ये 3 फोटो जो है मुझे फौरन ईमेल करो, क्योंकि मैं जिसने दिया है ये गिफ्ट उनको भेजूं, because it is very great of him to have shared. We would have had more fun had he been there, but the very first day, unfortunately, there was a little bad news from home and he had to leave. So even for the first day, for the dinner at Maple, he couldn't join us. But I want to tell you all a little about him. आप लोग सब गूगल करेंगे इजाबेल. इजाबेल के गूगल करेंगे. It's a decision support system. And you must all write 6 lines about Isabel and whether you get to know or not. He was the domain expert in the development of Isabel. He brought the development of Isabel from UK to Apna Bharat. Nah, this one is in Delhi, yeah. Shrishti. Bangalore? Ajay Sharma, isn't, I thought he was in Gurgaon. I know he speaks Tamil. That I met him. It was an interesting experience. So it was built in India, and I used it in my hospital attached to the EMR. So when you meet a patient, the first piece you put in the thing is reason for encounter. When you say reason for encounter, it is the cause by which a doctor is being sought by this patient. Cough, cold, backache, stomachache, loose motion, anything. Now for that thing, if there's a patient, the doctor doesn't know or doesn't follow, after he collects all the information, could hit one link, check with Isabel. So we had merged the information system that Tony and his team in Bangalore built, and with this Isabel that was built in Bangalore, and we could get a differential diagnosis of 10 possible diagnoses. And the doctor could look at those and decide, is one of them a possible thing you should think about? So the chance is sometimes people can be blinded. So here is the actual case. One of my students, even though I was a hospital, the residents who did with me elective in informatics did it. So he and I worked through a book. In 5 days, we finished the book. Every day he had to read 2 chapters that I identified for him. So with the first 10 chapters, he gets the concept of decision support. How is it designed? How is it used? So after that book by Dr. Grennes, he came on second week and asked me, what do I do? I said, you go to the hospital, see a patient who's been 3 days in the hospital, but has got no diagnosis. There's no confirmed diagnosis. Doctors are still exploring. So he found a patient who had been day 3 in the hospital, had had lots of surgeries. The bill was already $56,000. So 7 या 8 से multiply कर सकते हैं आप कितना पैसा हो चुका. And that patient had come with fever, loss of weight, and glands, lymphadenopathy. So, America being America, everybody thought it was cancer, myeloid leukemia, any one of those forms of leukemia. And where is Dr. Khandia? So it was one of his kind of patients, they thought. And they, not being sure, they did a lot of surgeries to remove these glands and examine them in histopathology. So the day 3, this man goes there, he does the Isabel decision support application, and among the first 4, apart from leukemia, came out Bartonellosis. ये Bartonellosis क्या है? डॉक्टरों से पूछिए ना, पूछो बताओ भाई Bartonellosis क्या है? It's a infection. The very fact that it is a osis makes it an infection. So use your thoughts. But Bartonellosis is also called cat scratch fever. Now you can Google that. Cat scratch fever. Cat scratch fever is a disease, a microbial disease infection that happens in cats. And when they are talking to the patient, the first thing you have to ask is, any change at home? Simple question. Any change at home? Nobody asks. They think he's got leukemia because he's already given it. And as soon as that question was asked of the patient, but the thing was, Bartonellosis was there, and my resident came to me and says, I would like to do a Bartonellosis titer. Unfortunately, the doctor is not allowing me to write for him. I said, I have research money, use my money, because everything in America, ching ching, paise bajte hain. He did the test cost $56. 3,500, 4,000 ke kareeb. And the test came positive. Now, that tells you that patient had Bartonellosis. But in the first 4 days, by the time the results of the test came, his bill was already 60,000. The patient had been seen by the infectious disease doctors who thought the leukemia diagnosis is good. But minute this result came, they came running. And by then, I made my resident and myself countersign it that there is no history of infection or cat ownership. That means the doctor who first saw the patient did not ask that question. And when we asked that question, the patient said, yes, last month my cat died. Very simple question, very simple answer, and very simple diagnosis. So I made my resident give a grand round. Grand rounds are usually given by faculty. We teach the whole medical institution what we went wrong or where we are wrong and why are we not thinking, basically to improve our education. But I made my residents speak. The infectious disease doctors came and sat in the front row trying to scare him. But I told him, you tell the story as we see it. And one of them made the mistake of getting up and saying, oh, it's only cat scratch fever. So after that, I never let him off the hook. First thing, I was very senior for the rest of the faculty. So I told him, after that, never let him off, telling him, Hari causes worry. And that became his name in the hospital. You all have noticed, I'm very quick at giving names. So that poor guy was in deep dodo because not only was I calling him Hari, no, don't call Hari Kari. And it went down. So I want to tell you, we should never be absolutely cocky. You have to be humble, accept things where you can be wrong. I was okay. The gentleman has managed to put keynote on my device. Do I want it? No. But anyway, I've got it. So we have gone through the process and thanked Dr. Brito. So I would like each one of you to write a note and send it to me. All who want, Piyush, don't forget. Now I will tell him cancel kar do. क्योंकि अभी भी मेरे पास है control. And who was here who got it? Sandeep Sharma Saab, send me a note thanking him for giving this reward. Huh? Anyway, I'll just string it together, and I will WhatsApp. I'll be very honest. I've stopped going to all the messaging platforms. People send me a message and hello and Telegram. I don't touch it. It's very difficult to stay in touch on multiple platforms. The minute people have sent a message, they think you've read it. And that's why 9 times out of 10, I don't carry my device with me. So, was that fun? How many of you would like to go and spend some time in Bangalore or Lucknow? Because you heard General Puri today ask. You all should make a list, work with Anisha ma'am, and let's start this activity of collaboration. The idea is no man is an island. All brain power does not exist with Anandi. There's a little with Dr. Tony Raj also. See, I had to get her. She was missing. She missed my story on Isabel.
Very sorry, sir.
No, I can't be sorry. I have to make you sorry.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm very sorry.
So it's been a great thing. The groups have all agreed to work. Dr. Vazi and Dr. Ashok Khandiyat, thank you. Senthil for being engaged. Surupa, Bharat, and Abhishek Jadon. तू नीचे मत देखा कर, मुझे मालूम है तू व्हाट्सएप पे किसी और से बातें कर रहा है. अब छोड़. But we have decided and agreed upon certain points of collaboration. What I would like is Abhishek Jadon to come down and read those points of collaboration. Anisha shared it with me. I suppose all of you have the same copy. Please, idhar aao. Sare सबको बताओ, so we know where we are trying to collaborate. Dr. Tony and our friends from MUHS will have a chance to see how it's done, because MUHS will be the most junior team getting onto this platform. So let's make it happen, and it should be helpful and valuable to all. Let me assure you, with 1.5 billion people in India, you have no dearth of students. You are not competing with each other. What we need to do is collaborate and raise the standard in India so that your students get great jobs abroad. Or here, imagine if everybody uses ABDM, data is better. You know कि एक को बीमारी हुई, 14 दिन के अंदर दूसरे को बीमारी हुई तो कुछ फैल रहा है. Simple. But if you don't have that data in a digital form, you can't track and place the progress. भाई साहब, मैंने आपको इधर बुलाया था, आप किधर जा रहे हो? I have to give you a hard time, sir. आओ बेटा. Bilkul. That's why I called you. I didn't call you to say hello to me. Raja.
Thank you, sir.
The progress between all these institutions that were invited, like-minded leadership, they have all agreed to put their resources together and work with each other. So, किसी दिन स्वरंकर साहब से कहना एक मेरी मूर्ति भी कहीं लगा दे, एक नहीं कुछ भी तो फिर मेरा पिक्चर लगा दे. This has been a great journey to work with you all, with your school, and it's a great opportunity. I'm retired.
I have no ambition anymore. I did what I wanted to. I enjoy the subject. I want you all to succeed in it. There's a lot of opportunity. And over to Mr. Jadam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, all of you. We have discussed a lot about curriculum development and about collaborations and MOUs, internship. And after this all discussion, I have some points which I want to share with you. We have discussed with Maharashtra University of Health and Sciences, Dr. Sandeep Rathod sir, and we are going to invite the MUHS students in the program of Health Informatics, Bioinformatics, and Medical Record Science for summer internship program. And we are preparing, sir, this letter, and we will hand over you today. We have also discussed with Dr. Reshmi ma'am. She is from Rashmi, sorry. Spelling is RESHMI, but pronunciation is Rashmi. And we are agree to have faculty development programs from MAHI and between MAHI and MGMST. We are agree for student internship programs and student exchange program, and we will start it by second week of April. We also invited State Informatics Officer, Dr. J.K. Verma ji, and he is also the head of National Informatics Center, State of Rajasthan. And he is agreed to allow our student for 1 month internship in NIC to handle PCTS software. Yesterday, we also got approval from Regional Director, Dr. Deepak Saxena sir, to enroll our PG student for health information training, which will be held in May in CBHI Jaipur. And he is actually this HIM training will be for government employees. Those are working in grassroots level like MPW and ANMs and CHOs. But they are agreed to allow our PG student for 7 days health information management training program in CBHI Jaipur. This information I collected at this time, and from Amlogica, we have also get approval for the internship of our student, and we also hope for the placement of the students. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Tony Raj, sir. Thank you, sir, from St. John's. Thank you, sir. And sir, we also hope as a faculty to visit, because our students, they are visiting everywhere, Bangalore, and we also want faculty development program. Tony Raj, sir, we hope with sir, Thanga sir, Amlogica, MUHS. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Spend 2 days in sector, want to learn anything. 2 days is not enough. Need at least 2 weeks. To understand how to get
sir, allow we have to. नहीं, देखो भैया. बहुत जबरदस्त.
Why I need to contact about it? Madam Vasupati will be coming to give us a 7 days course. How many days is it?
Two.
Okay, so she'll be visiting our university and our institute and giving the students a medical research or medical research program, which is agreed to do that, and we'll be hosting her. And that we will decide when she's like, let me do some rural health and come back. Secondly, sir, now I request all of you who have participated in this program, I have shared Dr. Vikas Swankar's number. I've shared Dr. ML Swankar's number. They are on WhatsApp. Give your feedback, good, bad, or ugly. So don't be ugly.
You don't have to tell everybody else that the conversation was dominated by Moidu, but it's okay.
No, that doesn't matter, sir, because you are the source behind this. You are the inspiration behind it. So I would request you to do whatever feedback you want to give. Do give it to him personally. It makes a difference to reinforce the point that health informatics is a great subject. Jai Hind.
भोजन क्या इधर मिलेगा या बाहर जाना पड़ेगा?
भोजन किधर है?
11:45 ही है. So now it is networking. That is what I kept the last hour for. मैं घड़ी देखना भूल जाऊँ.
And sir, what we are talking about, the council or conclave or registration, I might as well tell you that we are planning to go for registration of health informatic personnel. I register the society, whatever it is, and I have a good number. So I am the president. ताली बजाओ ना.
I would like to nominate a vice president for you.
Definitely, sir.
The vice president should be Dr. Rashmi.
Okay.
And
we require 13 members to register this thing. So I'm going to take on this and please volunteer for it because I've got 25 students who are BSc in health informatics. So मेरी तो majority है.
The other person I would like to nominate.
It is ash without cash.
I would like to nominate Dr. Rajiv Patni to be the secretary because he is a fellow thinker. I would like to put in.
क्या हो गया तुम्हारी चीटिंग करी तुमने?
दोनों MHA वाले खा गए तुम्हारे लड्डू. पिटाई करो.
उसको डॉक्टर साहब को बोलना पड़ेगा कि एक हेल्थ इंफॉर्मेटिक्स का स्टूडेंट भी साथ जाएगा. You this is that.
Yeah. You are allowed 2 beds, so it's the most important thing. I would like Bharat.
All of you should.
Tanga.
I take you all into the thing.
Yeah, because we need a lot of people. I had pleaded with my friend Tony to be involved, but I think he can be the program director for activities.
So I put up a draft of the
Perfect.
And any join us, it is after all Pan India, it should be.
We are putting Dr. Tony into the grind before it steps down from being the dean. He says, 6 साल किया, बहुत काम किया. किया. अभी बहुत करना है. And
also, my friend, that anybody who wants to, consider working in startups, I'm associated with.
राजा तुम ऐसा उल्टा करोगे तो बात नहीं करेगा.
I'm associated with 2 startups currently. One is in rural healthcare, GIYYO, and a startup in Kerala, which is in patient experience, Best Talk. I cannot promise the internship, but I'd like you to apply, and I will then take it forward first.
So we have to create that nexus of possibilities, and that's what it is all about. And collaboration is going to grow. I want to also tell you all that we look forward to hearing from Dr. Puri how he will make me wrong about giddiness.
giddiness लगा दिया मैंने just to confuse you.
The computer will not accept it.
But apart from dizziness, his project with Shoaib to do medications reconciliation will enable the entire MGU MSP to show कहाँ बज रहा है. So, ए देख तेरे को 12 बजे छोड़ दिया. बाय बेटा. Now I can become James Bond. अरे गंजा भी आ गया है, कोई घबराने का नहीं. I would like all of you to say something. मजे आए, गाली देनी है गाली दीजिए, तारीफ करनी है तारीफ कीजिए, बट कीजिए जरूर. Starting with you, come on, Pinky. पिंकी, आप लोगों का नाम सीख लिया मैंने, अब आप भाग नहीं सकते. बोलिए. अभिषेक. अभिषेक. If you don't mind, I'll give it to your card. Yes, I'm here. और मैं 3 तारीख तक यहीं पे हूँ. I will go and drop you in real cake and come back. Sir, thank you very much for coming. Really got a lot of time. वो तो हमारा सौभाग्य आप आए. That is very kind of you to say that, sir. You see, sir, when you are looking for meaning, that's what I found from you. I'm a quick human reader. You look for meaning. And when you don't get the meaning, you ask. And that's so important. Exactly, sir. Something will happen. Absolutely. We have to be a little speedy, and that is the task we assigned to General Ashok.
Senior people. I've shared the number of Vikas write something about.
I write.
Write to them.
I do that.
All of you, so that reinforces what we do. Because of
To the leadership, to the chairman of their board. Sir, group में है. I'll forward it to you because he doesn't go through the whole thing.
थोड़ा सा एक बार whatever the board we have to ensure, especially Tony, these guys who are there and make this.
मजा आ गया.
That was very important because even that guy
He enjoyed it. He actually sent me a lot of private messages since then.
He SCPC का. He is thrilled with it. पता है करण भीम का बेटा है ना. He is the vice chairman. Oh, so I got hold of him and बोला करण के साले का तो मामा सा कर दूंगा. So he forced him to come back.
Wonderful.
And
Actually, but once he came, he was enjoying it.
he enjoyed it. And he said, I didn't know this activity.
And that is where we have a chance of building.
Maybe we can go through it.
चलो, it was nice.
आप कहाँ जा रही हैं?
अब निकल रहे हैं
क्यों?
दिल्ली.
दिल्ली
No, मजाक कर रहा हूँ. I'm trying to pretend.
अभी होटल.
By the way, I got a message back from Partho. He will organize it for you.
Right. I've been in touch with him.
Okay, just try to get it done tonight.
Right.
Latest.
उन्होंने बोला एक दिन. I don't know what it means. If it's
ये तो अंग्रेजी में मत फंसो आप.
24.
RT-PCR test कराना है before she boards the
So
crowd.
it says 1 day. So is it 9
Morning में
o'clock?
जो शाम को आता है.
We will give it to you in time, but I would prefer you get it
Tonight.
done tonight. Tell him
पर वो
if he
5
can
बजे मिल रहा है.
organize. You ask
Is it
him.
too early?
Ask him
5 o'clock is okay.
5 o'clock. Ask
बजे
him
का
if
flight है.
between 5 o'clock and tomorrow 9 o'clock. When will you do it? I need the result by.
वो शाम को ही आ रहा है. So वो उसको रूम नंबर चाहिए. So you just come.
Good.
9 o'clock tomorrow evening. अभी तो वो फिर हाँ to pick up the सामान.
खाना नहीं खाना है सर.
नहीं, थोड़ा सच्चा चावल 1 बजे तक वो अभी हो जाएगा. अनिशा खाना whatever it is, जो भी चावल रोटी जो भी बोलो वो एक बना दो दिया सब बना.
15
चलो,
minutes.
it was nice.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
And all the best.
Sometime in Florida.
Look forward to that.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah, अगर कैलिफोर्निया या लास वेगास आ रहे हो.
अभी
So we
Las Vegas.
No.
I don't like that city.
Southern California. No, well, city means what's other things.
I know. Even in hymns, they asked me to speak there. I came in a personal jet of one of the hymns fellows.
अच्छा.
In the morning, spoke at 2 o'clock.
Out. ठीक है, Southern California.
That's possible.
ठीक.
This was more than I expected success. Sir, आप ये ले जाओ. You run. I don't. Yeah. रखो sir. No big deal. On the show. You did. You did well. Absolutely. And you brought it all the way to the fact. When the government was here, Ranjan Chaudhary, yes, how do we throw this graveyard? He didn't have, he had no clue. Sir, he never thought of it. As a matter of fact, that Abhay Sinha really said, I have never understood this subject. It was very fascinating to see such a large volume of people engaged in it. I said there is a very much larger volume. I didn't bring them in because I don't want to have debates. Even here we had a few debates. Hush them and but it's fine. That was brainstorming. Correct.
Okay, gentlemen, sir, may I have your attention, please?
अशोक उखंडियार.
हेलो, मैं attention चाहता हूँ आपसे. हाँ जी बच्चों, बोलो, what did you learn in this world? Was it good, bad or ugly? बोलो तुषार. Yes.
Hello everyone. My name is Tushar Gautam. I am pursuing my bachelor's in BSc H and HIA as a third year student.
तुम बता इधर क्या मजे आए? Don't worry about your.
We have done a nice workshop on health informatics curriculum development, and I have learned a lot of things in 2 days. What is health informatics and how we are unique, right meaning of informatics, information with statistics and better management of information. I would like to say thanks to Dr. Vasumati, Dr. Jyoti and Dr. Thanga Prabhu who guiding us. And I hope we will connect to each other in future in this field. Yes, sir, Dr. Thanga is guiding us in evening about this course, and he told us, don't worry about for jobs. Lot of opportunities in this field, but you learn skills day by day. And I hope we will connect to each other in this field. Thank you.
पीयूष मुक्त हो रहा है भाई. तुमको प्राइज मिल गया. पीयूष बाहर है, इधर नहीं है. भाग गया वो तो गोवा. हाँ, ये भी जा रही है गोवा.
Sir, I'm a hospital administration student, but in this conference, I learned a lot of things.
I want to correct you. This was a workshop.
Workshop, sorry, sir.
Okay.
But I had learned so many things, and initially I thought that it was not for us because it is all about informatics student. But then I realized it's not about informatics. There are so many things that we learn here. It's all and we got so many opportunities to meet with all of you, and you are so nice people and generous. Whatever I have doubts, I had clear with you all, and you help us in so many things.
Hello, good afternoon, sir, and everyone. My name is Krishna Kumar Sharma. I would like to thank you, Sir Khalid Boidu, sir, and everyone that organized this workshop and shared your knowledge. We are learning lot of things, and we want to connect with each other and gain our knowledge and want a good placement. Thank you, sir.
Hello everyone, I am Abhishek Gautam and it was really wonder experience. Obviously बहुत कुछ सीखा है, जाना है कि informatics में क्या है. I was confused और कि placement होगा नहीं होगा, job मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, but now I am sure कि मुझे कोई tension नहीं है, job मिल जाएगी. ठीक है, skills का पता लगा है कि what I needed for job, तो I will work on that and I will hope कि placement भी आप ही कोई दे दोगे और internship भी मिली जाएगी obviously. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Aman and I learned a lot in this workshop, and I found a very grateful myself as a participant in this workshop, and I think we and at end of the day we in a service organization, so we try to learn more skills and knowledge in this field, and I think we get a placement from all the delegates are there. So thank you so much.
My name is Surendra Kumar Meena, and I have learned a lot of things in this conference, like what is health informatics, and Moidu sir also tells about patient and doctor relationship and hospital जो health information है, with the help of health informatics हम hospital में क्या कर सकते हैं और patient के लिए patient को quality of care कैसे provide करवा सकते हैं. और मुझे मैम का नाम नहीं पता लेकिन उन्होंने एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी के बारे में डिस्कस किया था और डॉक्टर रीचा खन्ना मैम.
कहाँ पे वो? लखनऊ में.
लखनऊ.
जब आपको लखनऊ जाना है तो उनसे बात कीजिएगा.
ये डॉक्टर ज्योति मैम ऑल्सो टेल्स अबाउट HL7 सॉफ्टवेयर हमें सिखाया था कल इवनिंग में. और थैंक यू.
Hello everyone. My name is Leru Jamin and I am a third year student in health informatics. Actually, it's been a 3-year journey here in the field of health informatics. But the things that I learn daily are always new and unique. And actually, all the people that have came here are said that they were driven by passion. And what we lack is not passion, but I think proper guiding and proper skill set and proper mindset. And for future, I think I would love to carry on, and I would like to carry on this health informatics as a career for my future opportunities. And I think I should develop passion for health informatics. Thank you.
You got the key word, passion. By the way, I want to thank you for raising it so well. As for learning goes, I've retired, but I still learn. So life is for learning. And when it comes to learning, I've asked Anisha to put एक मिनट राहुल को दो. क्यों भैया कन्या को क्यों नहीं बोलने दे रहे आप? वो आगे बैठी उधर भी एक छुपी बैठी है पकड़ी गई. बात सीधी है. Every day is learning. So remember what you learned yesterday. If you find there's a conflict and it's not being accepted, you don't have to die for the cause. Listen to them. Try to understand and then explain why you should not do this way and why you should do this way. So remember, my favorite words are unlearn to relearn. And I want to tell you, I've had a very enjoyable career because confrontation doesn't take you forward, but sometimes you need it. Okay? Not every day, not every time, especially when you're at the bottom of that totem pole. Never. So that's the quickest way to get an exit. Listen, learn, and change. Good. आप आगे उनको क्यों छोड़ दिया कोने में? नहीं आप नहीं बेटा उनको. हाँ राजा आप भी बात करो, लाइन से जा रहे हैं.
थैंक यू सर फॉर दिस वर्कशॉप. और यहाँ जो भी डॉक्टर्स एंड टीचर्स है उन्होंने इस वर्कशॉप में जो बात करी उससे सुन के पता लगा कि ये जो फील्ड है ये बहुत अच्छा है. करियर भी बहुत अच्छा है इस फील्ड में.
भैया तुम्हें बहुत इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है ना.
करियर
बिजली है तुम में.
They're so passionate.
Passionate.
मैम आपने जो हेल्थ इंफॉर्मेटिक्स टॉपिक पे जो डिस्कशन करी दूसरे से तो उससे पता लगा कि आगे जाके हमारा करियर बहुत अच्छा है. और थैंक यू. और थैंक यू.
Hello everyone, my name is Rahul and it is मेरे लिए ये बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस रहा इस वर्कशॉप में। बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला कि कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी इन डे टू डे लाइफ इंक्रीज होती जा रही है और कैसे हम हेल्थ केयर सेक्टर्स में इसको और ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व कर सकते हैं और हमारी पूरा जो सहयोग है वो कैसे कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू।
वाह भाई वाह। हाँ मैडम आप।
Hello everyone, I am Aver Singh. I learned a lot of things there in this workshop and it will be helpful for us in future. Thank you everyone.
शर्माने का फायदा है।
First of all, I want to thank you, AK sir, for letting us sit here and know about the health informatics sector. And basically, this is service sector. Healthcare is service sector, and we all have to get soft skill also to stay in this sector. So I want to thank you all to let us know all the things about health informatics. We will surely use in our field also. Thank you all.
And we are very sorry you left informatics. I haven't forgotten.
Sorry, sir.
Hello everyone, my name is Diksha Sharma and I'm from hospital administration. Actually, I'm doing bachelor and I'm having second thoughts about that I should have joined the informatics. You people are very genuine actually. You people inspire us and with your words. I really thank sir that for letting us. Yes sir, for everyone to letting us join here. Thank you so much.
आपकी बारी है। आप ही की बारी।
My name is Diksha Sharma from BSc Bioinformatics first year. Thank to all of you for this nice workshop. इस वर्कशॉप में हमें हमारे करियर को लेकर बहुत ही अच्छी चीजों के बारे में पता लगा कि जो हम कोर्स कर रहे हैं वो हमारे लिए हमारे आगे करियर के लिए काफी अच्छा है. Thank you so much to all of you.
Well said, Diksha.
I am Pintu Pachar from Medical Record Science and Clinical Information Technology. We get lots of knowledge about health informatics, how to help health informatics in healthcare sector.
Thank you.
I'm मुस्कान शर्मा. इस वर्कशॉप में हमें हेल्थ इंफॉर्मेटिक्स के बारे में पता चला. टेक्नोलॉजीज डे बाय डे हमारी लाइफ में इंक्रीज होती जा रही है. अबाउट हमारे करियर के बारे में पता पड़ा. थैंक यू.
Thank you for your feedback. I just want you to focus on one thing. The first day when I spoke, I talked about the sweeper in the bathroom of a hospital, that he is a part of the health team. So when you talk of a team, it involves everybody. And every member of the team deserves the respect for the job he or she does. Now, if that sweeper doesn't maintain proper sanitation in the bathrooms, the chance of nosocomial infection from patient to patient to patient will increase so much so that the hospital might have to close down. You see how important that one small person is? Now, you all have talked about the information you've gained, about the outcomes, your placement, what the role that informatics has. One point you're constantly forgetting. You are a touch point for the patient. You're forgetting that you're also involved in patient care. It's a big role. You are actually treating patients by your indirect efforts. I'll give you an example. when I was the Director of Health Services in the Andaman Islands, it took a long time for me to get the house in order, and that meant even getting the hospital, the wards painted, and repairs, maintenance, etc. That was going to take time. But I thought, how to cheer up this place? So I said, let me work on the gardens. वहाँ जो माली थे, उन्होंने 25 साल तो काम किया नहीं. सडनली ये सरदार जी आ रहे हैं नेवी से, कहते हैं ये करो वो करो वो करो. उनको मैंने झाड़ के पीछे ले जाके थप्पड़ भी मारे, फिर भी साले न माने. Just wouldn't listen. फिर एक दिन मैंने क्या किया, एक जो वार्ड ओवरलुकिंग द गार्डन था, आज द नर्स टू बेड को थोड़ा रेज करो और उस पे एक ऐसा पेशेंट हो जो कि टर्मिनल स्टेज में है, और उस बेड से गार्डन की व्यू मिलती थी. मैंने 4-5 मालियों को वहां बुलाया, बेड के साथ खड़ा किया और उनको बोला, देख, अगर तू मरने वाला होता, तेरा बाप मर रहा होता, तेरी वाइफ या भी कोई भी मर रहा होता, वो जाते जाते क्या देखते? ये जंगल, या हम उनको गार्डन दिखाना चाहते हैं, फूल दिखाना चाहते हैं भी जिंदगी कितनी अच्छी थी. उस दिन के बाद किसी माली को कभी कुछ बोलना ही नहीं पड़ा. So there is, each one is contributing to patient care, but perhaps we as doctors fail. We think हम ही हम करते हैं सब कुछ. नहीं, all of us are contributing, and we are constantly forgetting this, that everyone is an equal partner in giving care. Thank you.
अगर कोई एक चीज परिवर्तन करना है आपको, क्या करना चाहते हैं आप? एक, I would ask you all to talk to each other in English. याराना तो बहुत है, पर अगर आपकी भाषा साहिबों की भाषा होगी, तो you will have greater fluency in following what you read. I don't care what you talk, but I'm very concerned when you read something, you should be able to do it, right? So if you don't practice, we won't go very far. I know you, Ashok, had created some English classes for you. The challenge is not in the class, the challenge is in your world. Talk to each other. And if you can't express it to each other, at least you get to know how to improve, right? Who gets up in the morning and does not see a mirror before they get out to work? कौन है? सब आप अपनी चेहरे को उस मिरर में देखते हैं, हाँ? अगर मिरर में आप सुंदर नहीं लगे तो क्या देखें, क्या करते हैं आप? आराइश करते हैं, हाँ? मैं तो I never have a bad hair day, so I don't have that need. But all you young men, बाल तो बनाते हो, पफ खींचते हो ऊपर. Why not try to improve your language also? Because that language is not just to speak, it's also to understand when you read. So there is a method called the Cornell method for reading. I've given it to Abhishek, Anisha, and others, along with all the faculty here, that when you read, you must write your keywords and follow up to find out what is it means. And that way you will constantly improve yourself. I'm not asking you to do that because I get any money from Cornell, no. but it was a very good tool to build your knowledge. और शिक्षा का कोई अंत है? Wait to hear that from you. I am still learning, and learning, one of the thoughts that came to me was English as a language seems to challenge you. So I wanted to leave my last few words telling you, you're bright, you're smart, you're all good-looking people. What you need to do is have a good diction and speak confidently. What is diction? Anybody wants to tell me? I don't speak like an American. I just say the words right. And what you should do is, you're in the lucky age of Google. When you use a new word, play it on your phone. Ask it, how is this word said? You learn it. You are a very lucky generation. We had no Google to learn from. So that's my last request of you all. But I will be in your school on 1st and 2nd. We will have some more conversations and look forward to you all doing a great job wherever life takes you. Good luck and God bless. चले सर, भोजन खिला रहे हैं कि नहीं खिला रहे हैं जनरल साहब? हाँ, ये वोट ऑफ थैंक्स किसको दे रहा था? मेरे को I thank myself. That's all that. Right away from informatics.
कोई नहीं. Hello. हाँ जी. I think to wind up this entire workshop, it's my duty to thank all of you for having. राठौर साहब मेरी बात सुनो, नहीं तो मैं उसको बता दूंगा, कांतिकर को बता दूंगा, कानितकर को बता दूं. But anyway, it's my sort of duty to thank all of you for having spared the time, taken the trouble to come all the way here. But it has been a great, great workshop. We've had great inputs, and with my Guruji doing the works of getting all of you together, it's been, I think, 4 months. We worked hard on that informatics group, and now we'll consolidate the thing. And I want that we should all continue for the sake of these jokers. These jokers who are sitting there, I can take the horse to the water, but wo piye nahi piye, that is his problem. So all of them,
My problem.
nahi, iska problem.
Their problem.
To improve the English, we have Times of India there, we have Economics Times there, and believe it or not, वो fold होके एक रद्दी में चला जाता है. I tell them, अरे, you are lucky that you got this. So at least open the damn thing, see something there. It showed us what? Self-directed learning. And now you realize what is the importance of English. It's a communication skill, and generally we have to learn this. We have taken, there's a MGMST has ensured that there is a teacher who takes the class from 1 to 2. It's been done. So it's been a wonderful time that we have spent together. And thank you, sir. And you have been great. You have been inspirations. And I've been in touch with Dr. Nagra for quite some time. And he's got questions which are actually ground level questions, and these really shake you up. Kaun karega, kaise karega? When I was looking after a couple of hospitals, the first thing I used to do is go into the bathroom and check ward ka bathroom kaisa hai. The toilets, how are they? And there was always a reward for the safai wala. I ensure that the guy gets some reward. But they are a very important part of health system. And Moidu sir, क्यों तोड़ रहे हो?
भैया तेरा नहीं टूट रहा, मेरा टूट रहा।
अच्छा फिर ठीक। So thank you, Dr. Moidu. Thank you, all of you. Claps, please. And
He's still my shishya, so the last word is mine.
okay. And
We will do two things.
one sir, एक बार बाबू सिंह को thank करना दो. Babu and your team, all of you are fantastic. Lovely. Well done. I think it's been amazing. YouTube, we are live and it will be recorded and it will be downloaded. And I'll try to sort of give you a draft and
मैं भी सुनने के लिए बेताब हूँ।
मैं बोल रहा हूँ कितने दिन में दूँ?
10 दिन में दे।
10 दिन में तो मैं लील की में होऊंगा।
तो ठीक है, कोई और काम करेगा, तू थोड़ी करेगा।
After Navratri. Actually my daughter is going to do the transcription. She has been writing books and all. कहाँ जी? वो तो पैसे लेंगे यार। नहीं पहले day before yesterday इतनी गाली दी, now everything is Tanatak. I swear.
So you
कुछ नहीं होता।
आने वाला ये है। How he got it done? We won't.
I don't know. This is my. And इनके पांव से, इनके चरणों से ही तुम सारे सबके सब बढ़िया हो जाओगे। ताली बजा दो। Thank you, sir. Your word.
I got two last words. First is ask questions, create, sharing, ask people if they've attended or done something, and if needed and if possible, you have projects that are happening in your environment, report about them. Because now Dr. Ashok Puri Saab is going to do medications reconciliation. Share it. And among all the students, Anisha Khan, you are responsible for participating and putting more effort. Since you're a grad student, it doesn't mean you're already a grad. So you got to work your way up. And the only way to work up is do it. Just do it. कौन कहता है just do it? अरे यहाँ पे लोग मास्क पहनते हैं जिस पे लिखा है just do it. मैं अपने समय में सब कुछ पढ़ लेता हूँ, देख लेता हूँ. So I'm a very observant person because observation helps. And my thing, that's why I was to ask you all to speak English. It will help you to comprehend what you're reading, nothing else. And with that, Girado?
No, thank you, sir.
Right. The American way of ending something is.
I think Khana is ready.
Sir,
हाँ जी बोलिए मैडम.
last request.
हाँ.
Why don't we all have group photos with the students?
I will do that. कहाँ where?
Wherever you say.
चलो फोटो कहाँ लोगे हमारे स्टूडेंट्स सबके साथ.
यार वो नीचे खड़ा कर दो सबको धूप में. सबको
चलो जाओ.
Hello. 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 Hello.